about my life. I'm hungry as a pit bull and money is like food. You never know how much you're gonna get, and I've been stressing so much. I don't know what to do. What should I do? What can I do? Locked up like a caged wild animal. Aggressive as a volcano. I used to be in poverty. Now people just think I'm infamous. Untamed. My future is true and it's like, I gotta get my education. Gotta get. Everybody's okay?
Good.
I changed my mind about one line. I'll go live again next time because I went live twice already. Thank you. I love you too. Alright, so we are here today for the Eyes of the Sun mural project. We are creating 2 murals of the Eyes of the Sun poem written by youth incarcerated in Lafayette Parish Juvenile Detention Home. So we'll be painting a mural here at Meshes and then one at Martin Luther King Center. The mural here at Meshes will cover the storage building in the back and the brick around the building. So we will be writing out the poem, which you guys will see in a second, because the students at the jail, they created a spoken word poem. They contributed line by line to develop this poem. They edited the performance, the directed the video, all of that. So I'll be showing you guys their final video. And you know, I thought it would be a great idea for us to work as a community, just as they did in class, you know, often being from rival gangs, rival neighborhoods, not getting along, coming together to create this phenomenal piece. So, further ado, would you guys like to hear the poem?
Yeah.
And everybody can pretty much see, right? And another topic we spoke of in class was lack of resources. You know, we often, you know, some of us don't always have everything we need to be successful easily, right? So being that we have limited resources, we're creating in that same cycle environment. I mean, we're in a donut shop, right? Talking about art, painting, poetry, you know, and taking the limited resources that we have to create this phenomenal mural. So, yeah, y'all ready? Great. When I hear click, clap, clap, think about my life. I'm hungry as a pit bull and money is like food. You never know how much you're gonna get, and I've been stressing so much. I don't know what to do. What should I do? What can I do? Locked up like a caged wild animal. Aggressive as a volcano. I used to be in poverty. Now people just think I'm infamous. Untamed. My future is true and it's bright. Like, I gotta get my education. Gotta get control. Can't let my anger that's the stress runs through my veins. And I smell fear in the waves. Mission from God, but yes, I failed. Stuck in my cell with accumulated thoughts, thinking about my next field. Sometimes I wonder who really understands me. I get in trouble when I'm in. They say that I'm insane because I'm walking through a rain, but I'm trying to walk through the rain to be cleansed of the pain. Sometimes I wonder who will take that time with me. My dad was never there to watch my first fall. I know I come from a bad subdivision. A lot of pain and evil thoughts. This life is not a game. It's a blessing. And ambition is the road to greatness. And I'm striving for greatness. Success is a rock that can never be broken. Learning is freedom. And I gotta make it to college. People quit on me, but faith keeps me going. So I strive hard so I can be successful despite my proud of them, knowing, just helping them through this, right? Facilitating this experience. I learned so much and was able to give so much of myself, because I'm able to identify with them, coming from, non-traditional family, and understanding the dynamic that they've experienced of not having that traditional family to support them and push them through. It was a phenomenal, it was great. I really can't even put it into words, guys. It's nothing like coming to class and not rehearsing and being told by 7 inmates, incarcerated youth, don't come here like that again. Rehearse. You're not going to make us look stupid in the streets. Rehearse. Take this seriously. You said that, when we focus on our education and being positive, you can and will be successful. So let's do that. I think that's truly beautiful. I had an 11-year-old student that shot his father in the chest with a shotgun. How is it that you bring yourself as a child to wield this weapon to your what do you feel toward your father or toward your mother or toward your environment that led you to do that? Or the 15-year-old girl that is incarcerated because she's in foster care and stole her foster parents' car to go and find her biological mother that is living on the streets on drugs. So that's why you go to jail, because you stole a vehicle, right? It's so many different stories that came from these children, and I don't like calling them inmates, I like calling them students, because they are, it's just that they weren't prepped with the correct tools to be successful or to be told that you can do this despite your circumstances. I'm lucky, I'm very lucky, because not all of us, and I'm sure we all are, we're not all put in environments that challenge us to grow, right? And I think that is important, that we facilitate experiences like this to challenge people to grow and to think about their circumstances differently. Because despite having lack of resources in your home environment, or in your world or in school or wherever you are, having lack of resources is still a resource, right? Does it make sense? Having lack of resources, you lack resources, you identify that you lack resources, that in itself is a resource. Because I recognize that there's something different about my circumstances. Well, what is this difference? Let's identify the differences and make use of it. Does it make sense? Then we end up with a poem like this, where when I hear click clack, I think about my life. While I come from the streets, I think about guns a lot. I think I need one to protect me. So when I hear click clack, I think about my life. Money is like food. You never know how much you're gonna get. I don't have a lot of money. I can't buy the food that I need. There's nothing in the fridge ever. Now you've created a resource for yourself. Does it make sense? Because you've changed the dynamic in which you were identifying this lack of resources. You've put it in a poem. You've put it on paper, to write a book. You've created a mural. You've become, you've created a magazine, from whatever struggle, you've had in life. It's like, what, I'm not going to let this define me. I define me here, right? So you guys ready? We're going to watch the video again, and I'm going to pass out some notepads. And I want you to take notes on what stands out to you in the poem, whether it be a word, an action, movement, whatever it is. I think I might have torn that off wrong. Where did I put the other ones? Oh, they're over here in this bag. Boys, you want green or blue? Take it. You want green or blue? Blue. I had to ask first.
If we get to select, I want pink.
I'll keep the white, that's fine.
Oh, you're good. So everybody has one. You don't need one.
Everybody else, yeah.
So we need pencils here. This, do you guys need one? Do we need one more pen? Is everybody having a Okay, so like I said, we're gonna watch it again and take notes. And I'll tell you guys a little more about the project. So as we're writing this poem, well, we're taking it line by line. So each person is writing their best expression, right? Well, when it came to performance, we took it line by line. So every movement, when I hear click clack, what am I gonna do? What do you guys want me to do? When I hear click clack, what's the movement that I should do? When I hear click clack, I think about my life, right? That's what they came up with. So I want you guys to dissect it in that fashion and build those images. So when you hear click clack and you think about your life, what does that look like to you? Does it make sense? Yeah? Please let me know if you have any questions. My album is called Scattered Thoughts for a Reason. I tend to everywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
When I hear click clack, think about my life. I'm hungry as a pit bull. Doesn't know how much you're gonna get, and I've been stressing so much. I don't know what to do. What should I do? What can I do? Locked up like a cage, wow, and aggressive as a volcano. I used to be in poverty, now people just sitting on influence. My future is true and it's bright, like I gotta get my education, gotta get control, can't let my anger, that's still future. Let's move my veins. I smell fear in the ways. A mission from God, but I guess I failed. Stuck in my cell with accumulated thoughts. Thinking about my next meal. Sometimes I wonder who really understands me. I get in trouble with my men. They say that I'm insane because I'm walking through the rain, but you gotta walk through the rain to be cleansed of the pain. Sometimes I wonder who's gonna take that time with me. My dad was never there to watch my first fall. I know I come from a bad subdivision. A lot of pain and evil thoughts. This life is not a game. It's a blessing. And ambition is the road to greatness. And I'm striving for greatness. Success is a rock that can never be broken. Learning is free. When I got made it to college, people quit on me, but faith keeps me going. So I strive hard so I can be successful despite my mistakes. So I strive hard so I can be successful despite my mistakes. I strive hard so I can be successful despite my mistakes. Failure is not an option, but success is. And I testify from my heart. And what I say is real. Okay. I want you guys to take a second. I'm sure you were writing while we were watching, but I want you to take a second to just make sure you're finished. If you're satisfied with your thoughts. And then we move on. Okay? And I will say that if you write anything that you don't want to be in the mural, you are welcome to keep it. But everything we create, we intend to use to create what's going on the wall. So we'll be keeping those to, compile everything together. That way Justin has something to work with to draft everything together. But if there's something that you write that you don't necessarily want to share or see on the wall, please keep it. You know, and if you want to evolve that into something else and you need some help, please talk to me about it and I'll help you. We'll see what we can come up with. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna watch it one more time, and I want you to think of, well, before we move on to watching it one more time and then going into the art, anybody wanna share what they have written?
Well, there was a part where they were like, the idea of trying to take control, like trying to get an education and trying to do that in the midst of everything, and it's sort of like everything's sort of just blurred and slowed, and I feel like that's very true of how things really are, because it's like you can see it and you can like maybe it could be anything like lack of resources or having to face someone way there, or like just anything, just to kind of everything just blurs and slows down to where you can't really. It seems like it's hard to grab. And I don't know, it's like the sound of it, somehow embodied that feeling. I don't know how to explain that, but gave it a solid presence.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I noticed during that part when on the part you said trying to get education, their hands move quickly, and it also suggests that kind of jury intensity kind of rush when you try to pull it together. I don't know if you meant like
Try to figure it out.
Yeah, there's a movement.
Anybody else?
The walking through the rain part. I envision like somebody kind of walking in the rain, but when you get towards the success is the option. Walking through the rain, but like with kind of like chains falling off, kind of looking up at the rain, and ahead is like brighter things. So that's where my mind went with that.
I love that. Yeah. Okay.
My thoughts are a little different. I just kind of listed some things, and then the first thing I thought was the clapping up and down and stuff like that. So the first thing I put down was, like the need to get to safety. And then from there, watching everything else in the video, I just listed some things that maybe I'm looking at it as how do you help these folks to get out of that situation, or to, remove themselves from that. And I thought about parental involvement. I thought about for the folks that are in fact, incarcerated, self-determination. I thought about proper family structure, family values, untapped opportunities, and then providing and having safe neighborhoods that helps to avoid some of these things, and then discipline, because I think that is like really important, because if some, youth or children grew up without discipline, then you can see where they get to the next level and end up being where they are.
All right, you guys ready to go again? One more time? And I want you to think, when we say discipline, for example, and this will bring us into our art therapy and, visualizing, right? So taking discipline, what color is discipline? What does discipline smell like? How do we make discipline tangible? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? Give me another keyword that you used.
Well, untapped opportunity.
Untapped
Safe
opportunity,
neighborhoods.
safe neighborhoods. What does a safe neighborhood smell like? Does it smell like meshes?
No.
Does it smell like donuts? Does it smell like king cake? What does it smell like?
It depends if
See,
it's
to me,
in
it's
that
like-
subdivision.
Fresh cut grass and like honeysuckles. I don't know. Oh well, if you go with when he said we're surrounded by sugarcane fields. So to him, he's like, oh, it smells like sugarcane by the house, because we live in a really quiet neighborhood.
Right.
So yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, it depends what subdivision you live in, and it depends where you've been raised and born. And on top of that, it's either in the country or in the subdivision. But some children when they get with the little gang, they want to be a little gangster man.
Right,
When
right.
they want to carry a gun.
Right, right,
And I know
right.
that's not right.
Right, right.
And depend how the parents raise the children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to think in terms of that, because we're taking these ideas and making them visual, right? So what are some objects we can relate to, safety, besides just the traditional, images that we might think of?
Well-
What are some other creative ways we can tie this together?
Well, it depends how you raise the children.
Right, right.
Now, if you got foster children, well, I got one. She thinks she was all that, and she thinks she could go and when I take her to the store, she thinks she could do what she want.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I got my belt with me, and my belt do what you want. So,
Old school way. I remember being in the country with my grandmother, and she made me go get the switch, and I have to get the switch until she was ready, until it was the right one. And if it wasn't the right one, by the time she was tired of me getting it, she was going to get all of them.
because me, I'm not taking I take it to Burlington, and she want this special watch, she liked that blouse, I bought her the blouse, but she wanted a watch, she wanted some kind of game, and I told her, you can't get all that. Get one or two items, and I'll come back and get the rest. So what she did, she took the watch. I didn't tell her nothing. So I bought her the outfit what she wanted, I bought her shirt, and then I asked her, I said, where you going with that watch? She turned around and looked at the door about what I'm going with that watch. You just watch me. She said, just watch and I'm going to show you. I said, okay. Oh, so you being smart. Yeah, so I told her just like that, you being smart, you sure enough. So when she got to the counter, I jacked the watch out of her hand. And I took it and I said, baby, when you go get outside, I'm going to beat the hell out of you, just for being smart.
I think a good image, a funny image to describe that is the belt coming off. How you could bring that out and drag out the bush of the belt.
Oh yeah!
Or when you fold it in a
But I did better than that. I bought her a belt at Burlington, and I used that same belt on it.
All right. This is we'll watch. When I hear click, clack, clack, think about my life. I'm hungry as a pit bull, and what is like food? You never know how much you're gonna get, and I've been stressing so much. I don't know what to do. What should I do? What can I do? Locked up like a caged wild animal. Aggressive as a volcano. I used to be in poverty, now people just think I'm infamous, untamed. My future is true and it's like, I gotta get my education, gotta get control, can't let my anger get the best of me. Stress runs through my veins, and I smell fear in the waves of the ocean. I was on a mission from God, but I guess I failed. Stuck in my cell with accumulated thoughts, thinking about my next meal. Sometimes I wonder who really understands me. I get in trouble when I'm mad. They say that I'm insane because I'm walking through the rain, but you gotta walk through the rain